It's another top 5, this time of 2D animated Disney films, meaning 3D non-Pixar films like Tangled and Wreck-It Ralph aren't included. I was split between two films for my number 5 position, one of which was Treasure Planet, that I've decided to do a solo review on at some point in the future. But with that said, let's start the list with number 5, Basil the Great Mouse Detective. In this surprisingly respectful Sherlock Holmes parody, Basil is tasked with rescuing a kidnapped toymaker whose expertise are needed for the criminal Ratigan's plot to become royalty. It makes slightly more sense in context. Actually, I'm not sure it does. A contained plot, playfulness, versatile action sequences, a simplistic, charming style, villains who embody both comedy and threat, helped by Vincent Price's performance. These strengths are combined with a fit-in score and an undistracting, well-performed series of musical numbers, a surprisingly emotional opening, and one of the most powerful and thrilling climaxes I've seen in Disney. A major issue is that the Dr. Watson equivalent character basically does nothing in the film that warrants him even needing to be there, and sometimes the character models slightly lack detail. Still though, this is a really strong entry to Disney's roster that's barely ever discussed. The next pick is Aladdin! The story of a poor boy who finds a magic lamp housing a genie and meets a princess. They thought that title was too long, so they settled for Aladdin instead. There's an energetic pace, a well-forged but understandable story with effective use of fantasy, a considered sense of humour, impressive animation techniques, amazing songs, and a strong cast featuring the late Robin Williams. The characters are all likeable or entertaining, and Aladdin himself never feels bland. In fact, he's a lad. I'm not sorry for that. If anything, you should thank me. One of my minor complaints with the film is that Aladdin at one point complains about how the villain has been lying to the Sultan, while himself impersonating a prince, so also lying to the Sultan. You hypocrite, mate. Also, the animation appeals to me slightly less than some of the other films in this list, but it's quite clearly stylized, so this barely affects my enjoyment or rating. This one's a real diamond in the rough. Okay, it's actually really known, but I was really desperate to quote the film in an attempt to seem clever. Next up, Hercules. Discovering his status as a demigod, a farm boy gradually becomes a hero. Oh, sorry, those were total spoilers. This is a really well-developed origin story with imaginative character designs and meticulously crafted sense of place, inspired by the intriguing and vast narrative of Greek mythology. Brilliant songs and story, an entertaining villain voiced by James Woods, who's a bit of a hothead. Oh wait, I've just realised that's actually the point of the joke. Wow. A vibrant supporting cast, and of course Megara, one of the most entertaining and strongly characterised Disney love interests in my mind. It also features Danny DeVito with the legs of a goat. So in other words, regular Danny DeVito. It's slightly over-sentimental at the end. Danny DeVito's character is less of a proactive role than I'd have personally appreciated, and some of the minor characters have designs that I find unpleasant, but that's personal aesthetic appeal, and again, doesn't ultimately affect my enjoyment. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. A deformed, ostracised bell ringer, his ruthless master, and a newly appointed captain encounter a gypsy performer. With a stunningly crafted gothic atmosphere, a truly mature and sinister plot, bravely and carefully showing abuse, lust and prejudice, impeccably detailed character designs, and stunningly theatrical music. Every character is layered and vulnerable, proving none of them are made of stone. Well, okay, 3 of them technically are. This brings me to the one major issue, the gargoyles. Like every human who knows of the film's existence says, they are totally misplaced, and their scenes, while funny, disrupt the tone the film clearly aims for. They're also confirmed to be magic, rather than imaginary when they take part in the battle at the end of the film, in a film that otherwise gives no indication of magic. Otherwise though, the film is a grand, detailed, and emotionally stirring piece with meaningful morals that involve a trace of realism. Quasimodo doesn't find love, spoilers, but he does find acceptance. This is the closest an animated Disney film has come to being pure art. Well, at least second closest. To my number 1 choice. Mulan! A young girl masquerades as a male to prevent her elderly father from fighting against invaders in the war. The film has an extremely immersive and attentively expressed sense of oriental style. Every character, however comical, shows worth and depth, a sparingly used sense of whimsy, and brilliant voice acting with incredible songs can be found. The cast includes Eddie Murphy, starring as Very Definitely Not Donkey. To be fair, Mushu was first, so Donkey should be called Absolutely Definitely Not Mushu. Oh wait, Mushu's a dragon. And in Shrek, Eddie Murphy's character loves a dragon. Not the point. Stop getting distracted, guys. A sincere sense of true camaraderie is present throughout, and the genuine and gradual but subdued romantic features never distract from the film's central aim. Mulan is extremely honest but careful in its addressing of the consequences of war and its reflection of the period's societal attitudes as well as family honour. A fully achieved sense of jeopardy is provided when necessary, with chilling, brave, and fully believable, sophisticated, effective transitions from joy to grief are shown, helped by an overall grand and cinematic atmosphere. There are some near poetic and powerful lines of dialogue, some excellently unfiltered moments of emotion, and one of the most resourceful, independent, and relatable heroines that an animated Disney film has ever offered. By the film's ending, a genuine sense of achievement and elation is felt. I would be audibly cheering at the end of the film if I didn't have friends. Wait, I don't have friends. Because I kept cheering at the end of this film and put them all off. If I could make any possible criticism, it would be that the film's villain has barely any personality, which is usually something I hate in films, but here, his lack of personality is completely outweighed by how admirable it is that a villain this realistically threatening and unsettling was placed in a children's film. Mulan is my second favourite animated film of all time, and in my opinion, a true modern masterpiece. Oh, I should probably clarify, I really like this one. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? I will edit that out. That's the end of my top 5 2D animated Disney films list. Feel free to leave your own top 5 in the comments below. If you like this video, I will leave the links to similar ones on screen and you can click on them if you want. I would point at where they are on the screen, but there might be a delay in when they show up, so that would be embarrassing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ow. I totally forgot about the original Beauty and the Beast. I really like that one.